Hey, so this is my midterm video recording of myself. I think I'll just go through the questions as they're listed. The first thing I thought of in this class, well, I guess to lead is I was like a sports kid growing up, so I played baseball through high school. I played like select soccer. I played football. So like all throughout growing up, I was always kind of part of a team somehow, working as a group to accomplish a common goal, whether that be trying to win the game, or I was in Boy Scouts, so then you have to work as a group to, like, in our troop specifically, it was up to the kids to plan the camping trips. So we'd have to work as a team and delegate jobs to get those camping trips planned. In this class, more than anything, reminds me of kind of a team event like that. It's really interesting how every job is kind of like your position, and you need to do your job right in order to reach that finished product that everyone wants. Um, and I kind of like the individual responsibility of that rather than like in some of the other video classes. It's all on you, and not that that's a bad thing. Um, because it gives you practice in producing things on your own. But what I like about this class is that during the rotation, you have one job to focus on, and we know how to do it right. And it's more of a practice of doing that position, whether it be like the audio board or the technical director. I think it just comes with time that you get better at those kind of things. But ultimately, it comes down to that it's a team effort and that everyone needs to do their job in order to create that finished production that everyone wants. And I think if everyone does their job as they're supposed to, then we will end up with a finished interview segment that does look really good and professional. Um, and I think breaking it down to individual jobs makes it a little bit easier and more manageable as far as doing, like, it's a lot easier for someone to do that one job well than to do all of the jobs well. So if everyone can do that one job well, then we'll end up with something really good at the end. So that's cool. I kind of think of it as a real team event. Um, Explain, define all the roles. I'm just going to kind of go through the list here. Most important would be the director. And of course, he or she is in charge of calling the shots, calling what video inputs are being put on live, what audio inputs are being put on. So ultimately, it kind of comes down on them to make sure things stay on track. Underneath him is the assistant director who keeps the time. I'll just do all the jobs in the control room. Next is the teleprompter person, which kind of goes with the name. They control the teleprompter. The lighting director controls the lighting plot, and then setting up the OCPs, getting the light balance right, color temperature. The audio engineer controls the audio board and the CD player, and they put in the mic inputs and that kind of thing. Technical director is the one on the Grass Valley director, switching between the video inputs and putting up computer graphics and things like that. So yeah, I think that's it in the control room. Yeah, so then in the back, in the rack room, is going to be the VTR person. They're playing the Mac, whatever the video is from the Mac, and putting that on there, rolling it ahead of time. And then out in the studio, we have the host and the talent, of course, which kind of goes without explanation. And then the floor manager directs the action in the studio, cues the talents, let them know what camera to look at when we're coming back to being live with them. So they kind of keep everything in the studio under control. And then, of course, we have the 3 camera operators who operate the cameras. So I enjoy all the jobs, honestly. I like being the technical director. I like being the audio guy. It's all fun in different ways. So, and then let's see. Finally, what have I learned? This class has been awesome. It's one of my favorite classes that I've taken. Just because like we actually get to use the equipment. It's part of the class. It's very hands-on, which I really enjoy. That's kind of one complaint that I've had in the past is things are so open-ended that it's kind of on you to decide what skills you want to learn for that specific project. Whereas in this class, everything is so directly transferable to the real world. And there's got to be so many jobs that are doing exactly what we're doing in class. They're working as a team to produce that live whatever, whether it be scripted or unscripted. Um, it's just really cool because in my head, when you're taking the early classes, you kind of think about how am I going to do all of this on my own, and then getting into this class, it's cool because it's much more like realistic, I think, in the real world, and that you should know how to do all of these things, but you'll probably end up getting good at one, and then you'll get a job doing that. So I just really love the practicality of this class, and I really enjoy the team aspect of it as well. But I didn't know how a studio worked at all, really. I mean, I could kind of imagine there's a director calling out the shots and stuff, but other than that, I mean, everything was pretty much brand new to me. I'm really enjoying it. So thanks. We'll have a good rest of the semester.